What's up? It's time for more My Hero Academia. This is season 7, episode 20. I believe this is the second last episode of the season, which is very sad because I really love this show, and we're gonna have to wait now another year until we get to the conclusion of this show, which I don't want it to end. I know it has to, but I don't want it to. But anyway, we're gonna try to enjoy these last 2 episodes of the season. I'm so excited. I also when I clicked on this episode, I couldn't help but notice it was titled like A Girl's Ego or something. Normally I kind of don't look at the title, but sometimes I can't. I just can't help it. Today, yeah, I saw I think it was titled A Girl's Ego or something along those lines, which implies to me it might be focused on the Uraraka Toga thing, which, you know, I'm still wearing my Uraraka shirt, so I'm absolutely ready for that. I love Uraraka. So yeah, last episode was very emotional. It took a lot out of me. I cried a lot, but now we're back. We had a week to process. We're fine now, so let's jump into this episode. Make sure to support the video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and go to my Patreon account for the full-length reactions. You can also get early access for certain shows, exclusive videos, all that for both this channel and my Jent Watches One Piece channel, all on one Patreon account. It's absolutely worth it, so go check that out. But here we go. This is season 7, episode 20 of My Hero Academia.
Why live if we can't have fun?
Oh, Toga. Oh, yeah. She's so vulnerable right now, emotionally. Oh, shit. Oh. The girl's ego. Pixie Bob's good at dealing with huge groups, though. Oh.
Form has a time limit that's determined by how much of a person's blood she ingests. If the doubles can't be contained, their overwhelming numbers will quickly trample the surrounding areas.
It's like the rumbling.
Heroes could drown in a sea of helpless duplicates.
Heroes!
Oh, fuck.
Or are you leaving me too?
No. Yes!
Wait! Spacewalk! Himiko, Toga!
She's like slowly cutting it off.
But I saw you back there! Not another word!
You were crying.
Your couldn't become twice completely! You don't have his full power!
Oh, she knows.
Copies of shigaraki in the other. The issue is you have murderous intent in your heart! And it's counteracting whatever affection you feel!
Oh.
I'll make you stop talking, ochako Uraraka!
Oh no, oh my god.
You know anything about me?
How can she break through to her? Oh, don't do anything to Sue.
Now I can't hold my own. Someone like you grew up wanting.
Oh my gosh, all the dodging. Yeah, the bird that her parents were freaked out by.
I didn't hurt it, I swear.
Yeah, and she
correct this abnormal behavior.
Oh, she was probably in her mind thought, well, if it doesn't matter, I'm gonna get punished no matter what I do then.
You're too adorable.
Who's a good boy?
Oh god.
Weird stuff. Why can't you be normal? Why can't you just
Oh, I knew this was coming. As soon as I saw her chewing on her finger.
She was bleeding, and I was trying to stop it.
Oh.
Don't.
Why can't someone just suck blood if it makes them feel good?
A mistake! Run to the core!
It's really sad because she was trying to, when she was a kid, do it the right way. She was like, well, I didn't hurt this bird. Oh my god, bring back her.
Someone else.
Oh. Oh shit. Yes, Kamui Woods.
No, that's not your friend.
Oh, holy shit.
It's Toga.
That's scary.
Her clones have been drinking the blood of our injured.
Oh my god, that's so scary.
We'll have no way of beating them.
Jesus, man.
I thought that made me a hero. And I figured that if someone broke
Jesus
the rules,
Christ.
make them a villain. My friend isn't worrying about any of that. And she's not trying to fight you.
Yeah,
Only
she's
asking
just
to
trying to
talk
help.
you. It takes more strength. That's why. Evie, can you have one honest conversation with her? I'm begging you. Listen to Ochako.
My God, we don't hear like Sue having long talks like that very often. Jesus. Fuck, man. Oh my God. Oh, fuck.
The last thing I want is for you to pity me based on the rules that you made up.
Oh, Jesus. Where did that stab happen? It looks like it's in the gut.
Been a minute.
You and the boss are the only two without them. You got any ideas?
Didn't really think about that.
She doesn't need
Pick an alias!
I'm good.
Maybe Vampirus Carmilla.
or Choo-Choo. No, Pikachu.
Pikachu.
What's the point? Rolled into a comic book. Some of them are cool, but I have no need for.
Yeah, fair.
This is exactly why I joined the league.
Shigaraki
It's too hard.
gets her.
Don't you dare pity me! It's not
Oh.
pity I feel. She got me. So I'm floating.
Yep.
Whatever.
Now they have a battle in the air.
Kill me right here. Like they murdered Jean.
Oh.
This is the only way I survive is by winning!
Oh my gosh. It's like such a different Himiko voice now because she's so
Truth
pissed.
for both of us. Besides, I've got the numbers advantage.
Oh no. I don't know how anyone does this. I don't know how Uraraka could possibly get through to her, but I feel like she has to.
This can't be possible.
It's like a fucking plague. It's so
We're
weird.
stronger each generation. That's what we're seeing. This is the Quark Doomsday Theory.
Mhm.
It's happening here, thanks to the emotions of one girl.
Try her!
Wow, oh my God, the design for Toga right now.
Martial arts!
Oh shit!
That's because zero gravity helps others. I never want to use it to cause anybody harm.
Oh, oh my
it's not
God,
him
she's
talking,
throwing up so
it must
much.
be your ego. You had a look of such unbearable sadness when we spoke. You're the one who looks sad because I was too.
Oh.
I'm trying to explain that to you. Smile while doing such terrible things. I thought it meant you liked being awful to people around you.
Mm-hmm.
You'll live as Himiko Toga? Cool. Kill as many people as you like. Become whatever kind of person you want to be.
And that this world might not be a comfortable place for you to live in.
It's a fucking
Your ego.
Lucy Christian's voice acting right now.
I've seen a lot of happy faces in my life, so when I say this, you can trust me. Well, I've liked you since I first saw you.
Oh.
That you like someone was so pure. Leah made me incredibly jealous.
Oh.
look like a deviant.
I didn't think that line would be
I don't
brought
wanna
back.
Pretend I never will smile in your face.
Oh my gosh. Is she have like a shigaraki awakening where she can make all of them float? Oh my God.
Somewhere inside, you still feel like having a chat, even a little bit. Then I still want to talk about love with you. Himiko!
Oh. Oh, if they had met when they were kids.
Though Uraraka didn't touch us.
Yeah, she had a
Power.
shigaraki
It's
awakening.
like
Careful who they don't get caught in the blades of the helicopter.
that girl.
No problem. All I have to do is make more doubles. Them too?
They float as well.
It's like what happened.
I thought that girl's quirk couldn't float more than about 3 tons of material.
Yeah, this is a fuck
Kids
ton.
or something else.
My body is going cold.
Oh.
What matters is that I want to reach out to touch you.
Oh.
The sadness that scarred your heart.
You can see Himiko's like trying not to be changed.
And my parents always looked depressed, beaten down by their burdens. I wanted to become a hero for them. So that I started to realize that there's more to the world than my parents. Tons of people need a shoulder to lean on. Then I fell in love with these Tsukumi
Holy shit!
And now I want to sue. That's the person I am.
He said fell in love.
They're facing you on the battlefield today.
Oh my god.
Tell me, it's on your mind. Your fears, everything.
Oh, that scream! Stops. Oh my god, that visual. And she's still holding her arm out.
Anything alive. Because all of them have such lovely blood flowing through them.
She's talking.
Told me I shouldn't smile. It made me so envious.
Oh.
Izuku reminded me of this cute boy I used to like in school.
Yeah, this
His
guy.
name was Saito.
Black-haired Izuku.
He'd lecture me just like you and Izuku. He'd tell me I wasn't acting the way I was supposed to.
This
That's why
girl
I
just
joined
needed
Bakugo.
fucking therapy.
It was the only place I could live and love how I wanted to. So long to realize. My time is up. Jean's blood is leaving me.
Damn.
It's disappearing again.
Uraraka kept her that entire time, like, even if she didn't end up changing her, which I think she is, but
So hard they end up getting bruised. I know I can't take the place of the League of Villains, but I thought I needed to tell you how special your smile is.
oh god.
Ochako. Am I cute? The cutest. World.
She just needs fucking support. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding? Oh. Oh. Fucking hell. Jesus, man. Hold on. Oh my gosh. I mean, come on. Like, this is a Uraraka focused episode. The part in My Hero that I would say makes me cry the most is Bakugo vs Uraraka in season 2, right? That's one of my favorite episodes of any anime ever. One of my favorite episodes of a TV show ever. I rewatched that episode a lot. I really love it, and you know, Uraraka trying so hard in the battle, and then afterwards, like, calling her dad, like, that stuff just makes me cry so much. I'm so attached to this character. Do I still have the... It's kind of appropriate to have the Uraraka, the little thing that I have here. So I need to... it matches my shirt as well. I just realized, like, the pink coloring, like, it looks like it's almost like a thing from my shirt. Anyway. Point is, I love Uraraka so much. And I just, like, I knew something like this would be coming. I'm sorry about the fucking cord in the way. I'm a bit of a mess right now, as you can probably tell. I knew this would be coming at some point during the season because they'd been building it up, you know? They'd been showing that Uraraka's been trying to get to Toga and they've wanted to have a talk. But, like, man, it just, like, at the start of the episode, I was like, oh, I can handle it. Like, it's, you know, I really love watching this, but, you know, I'm probably not gonna cry because of it. But, like, I just thought, I don't know, I thought it wouldn't hit me that hard, which is crazy. You want to see my notes? there's no notes. I didn't take any notes. I was just watching. And I if I wanted to take notes, I'd probably drench my fucking notebook in tears. Like, yeah, I love it. I really, really love the way that's done. Like, for me, I love character work, right? And I love just really diving into like what makes these characters special and like what's, you know, what's good about them. And I love any sorts of like redemption arc type things when they're done nicely. And it's like, I'm the sort of person who I don't want to think of like I don't tend to think about the macro aspect of like, does this character deserve redemption? Like, because some people tend to, when they watch stuff, or like in real life as well, people tend to be super unforgiving of people, right? And they consider like, okay, this person did these things, therefore now they're beyond help. Like, now there's nothing you can do with them. Now they don't deserve any love or any respect or anything. And for me, I am always about like, I want people to have the chance to change. Now, that doesn't mean, you know, that everything is forgiven and it's all good. That doesn't mean Toga at this point, like, oh, you know, she actually was nice for a second, so now she's off scot-free, you know, like, we should just let her go free. Like, she should be going to prison and stuff for the horrible things that she's done. But, like, still, I think it's really important, the idea of just like, but, you know, treat these people as people, you know? There was that episode of Tartarus where there's like the Tartarus prison break or whatever. I believe it was in that episode, or one somewhere around there, where the Tartarus guy in charge at Tartarus was talking about the inmates and was like, the people down here aren't people, they're monsters, you know? Like, the quirks that we have in our society have made people monsters. And, like, I think that's not true. And it's like, I really feel like every person has some sort of like, I feel like every person within the right situation would be put on the right path. I mean, that's it. I love the show The Good Place because it plays with this very idea, like, given enough time and support and love and respect, people can change. And I really, really appreciate that message. Now, obviously the problem is, like, we as people who are doing the right thing, is it our responsibility to be giving those people love and respect while they're, like, actively hurting our lives? Not necessarily. Like, that's where it gets tough, is it's like, if you, like, it shouldn't be on me to be, you know, giving the love and respect when I'm doing everything right and the other person's the person doing things wrong, right? So that's where it gets difficult, because it doesn't mean you can't, like, if someone's being a shithead, you can't cut them out of your life or stop talking to them or all of that. Like, that's the really difficult thing overall, is I'm saying, like, as a society, we shouldn't give up on people. But on a personal level, like, one person can't handle generally can't handle the emotional baggage of, like, every bad person they come across, so you shouldn't have to do that. So what's the solution? I don't know. And it doesn't matter. I mean, the solution is, like, a fuck ton of therapy. It should be, you know, free therapy for whatever, and we need to be more understanding to people in general. And but, like, it's an oversimplified solution to a very, very complicated problem. But I mean, in this episode, you have Toga who is, like, when she was a kid, she had this, you know, she had her quirk was basically giving her this addiction to drinking blood, but she was really genuinely trying to be, like, it's a creepy thing that her quirk is getting her to do, but she genuinely was trying to do it the right way. So it's like, oh, this bird fell and was dead already. Like, this blood isn't being used for anything. This bird is just going to rot away. So there's no problem with me drinking this blood. You know, like, why would that be a problem? And then when her friend is hurt and is bleeding, and she's like, well, I'm gonna drink this blood because it's coming out, and also, you know, this might stop the bleeding if I like get, you know, the excess blood that's like pouring out right now. If I drink it, then there's not gonna be blood stains on the floor and all of that. But also, you know, all of it's like, this is a good moral situation where I'm allowed to use my quirk. And in each of those situations, she was demonized for that. Is it a moral situation where she should have used her quirk? I don't know. I guess so. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't think we should be encouraging normal, you know, like, people who don't have blood quirks to drink blood. But, like, I don't know. Is there something really bad about it if it's like, oh, the blood's already there, you know? Like, maybe... I don't know. This is kind of like a thing with vampires as well, where you think, like, is there a way you can just, like, reasonably donate the blood to the vampires and then it's all good? Like, the vampires kind of need blood, and so can you just, you know, have blood donors who are giving blood to the vampires, and then they're not doing anything illegal? They're just taking blood that they're donated. I really don't know. But the point is, her parents seem to have given up on her, like, really early. Just, like, emotionally. As soon as they saw she had that quirk and she was doing that stuff, they just were freaking out on her, you know? And I mean, it seems like they tried to put her into some sort of programs to help her out, but it like, those programs seem to just be like, you need to stop doing this, and, like, it's weird, and what you're doing is crazy, and normal people aren't like that, you know? So she just felt more and more isolated. And I think it's like, when you have, like, even if those programs could have worked, like, maybe the programs themselves weren't that bad, but when you're doing them and then you're coming home to your parents, and your parents are still keeping up that idea that, like, you are, like, not loved, and, like, the parents aren't being encouraging of her life. And, you know, like, in this episode, she just wanted Ochako to call her cute, you know? And in that moment where she's like, she gives this, like, smile that's, like, drawn in a very horror-like way, right? But she says, like, am I cute? And Ochako says, like, you're the cutest. She needed that, I think, in her life. Like, when she's just being herself, like, just... and by herself, I mean not stabbing people, not, like, attacking, not being violent. In that moment, all she was doing was she talked about love, and then she smiled, right? In that very moment. And in those moments is when you need to be on her side. Like, you need to encourage her. It's like training animals and stuff, right? It's been pretty well known now that, like, training animals with negative reinforcement really isn't as effective as training them with positive reinforcement, and it can be, like, you know, somewhat abusive depending on what you do. So, like, instead of, you know, when you're training a dog, instead of going like, hey, don't do that, and hitting them or whatever, or doing whatever it is, instead, if it's like when they're doing good behavior, if you're rewarding them, or if you're, like, distracting them from the bad behavior and leading them towards good behavior and then rewarding them for that, like, it tends to be a lot more effective, because they're going through their life, like, seeking the rewards, and also, you know, it probably creates a neural link in their head or whatever of, like, this is behavior that is good for the world, it's good for me, everyone's happy when I do this stuff, so they get happier when they're doing that stuff, you know? But, you know, if it's just constant punishment when you do the bad stuff, it's like, well, I want to do this stuff, but they keep hurting me whenever I do that stuff. Like, this is unfair and frustrating, so now I just have to find a way to do that stuff when, you know, when people aren't watching. And so you just try to find a way to deviate when you're just punished constantly. if it's positive reinforcement, it's like what they end up getting in their hearts is like they want that positive reinforcement. They like the support they get, and they're happier with people around them, helping them out and supporting them. So they end up, you know, preferring to do the things that make other people happy as well, because it makes them happy. So what Himiko needed, I think, is for people to, when she was just smiling, when she's just talking about someone she loves, all of that, like for them to be super supportive of her in those situations, and to be on her side, and to tell her that she's beautiful, and to tell her that she deserves love. And then when she's, you know, drinking blood or whatever, instead of screaming at her, you need to like make her understand like what is difficult for other people, and then find solutions for her, like help her out. But yeah, I mean, the episode just having, I mean, Lucy Christian, oh my god, this woman is just one of the best women on earth. I love Lucy Christian so much. Who's, if you don't know, she's the voice actor of Uraraka, right? I remember very early when I started getting into MHA, I didn't watch a crazy amount of anime back then, right? I only watched like a few anime back then, and I tried out My Hero, and when Uraraka came on screen, I was like, oh, that's a cute voice. I really like that voice. And then like throughout the episodes, I was like, oh, this character is like, I love her so much. And I got so connected to it, and very, very connected to her voice. And over time, you know, Lucy Christian in a lot of other media, whenever I saw her in any other media, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is it's something so special about her voice. It's so comforting to me. So I think also like in Chihaya Fudu, she plays Chihaya, which is just like was a character I really, really loved. And then she's also Nami in One Piece, which, I mean, I watch One Piece in Japanese on my Jent Watches One Piece channel. If you haven't gone to check that out already, you should go check that out. But I do watch, when I watch filler, I watch it in dub, and I also rewatch the show in dub sometimes, and I love her, Nami. I really do. And she plays a lot of characters, but every single time I hear her, it gets me very comforted. And so like, and what I really, really have loved about seasons 6 and 7 of this show is we've had so many more moments of Uraraka being intensely passionate about something, like incredibly, like her original talk with Toga, and then her like screaming from the rooftops to let Deku stay at UA. And moments like this, like where she's talking to Toga again, like are moments where Uraraka is at her most passionate, and Lucy Christian fucking kills those moments, because she has this bubbly, cute quality to the Uraraka voice all the time, right? But then when you just hear, like when she gets passionate, she strains her voice, and it's like, it feels like the character doesn't go to that place very often. Like she almost doesn't know how to yell at people. That's what it feels like to me. You know, she's there are some people who, when they yell a lot, like they have like a range they go to where it's like their throat's almost not straining itself to yell anymore, because they know how to yell because they've done it so much. But Uraraka gives me the vibe of like, she doesn't know how to yell. she doesn't know how to do it without hurting her voice, and she doesn't care in this moment. She's going to hurt her voice. And I really, really love that vocal quality. I don't know, I doubt Lucy Christian is doing that aspect of it super intentionally. I think she's just going really hard doing this character voice and yelling, but I think it works incredibly nicely for the character. And then, you know, Toga did a great job in this episode as well. Toga's voice actress, who I always forget, because I know her voice actress definitely, but in my head I don't have like an immediate name, but I know she's I'm almost certain she's a popular voice actress. Yeah, Leah Clark. Yeah, that's who it is. Yeah, and I love Leah Clark as well, and she does an amazing job. I don't want to like diminish how incredible Leah Clark's performance is, because it was her episode as well, you know. But yeah, it was just like specifically with Uraraka. I mean, as you can see, like this is a character that I love very, very much. So I'm obviously going to be like hyper focused on that character and how special she is in this episode. But yeah, I am quite blown away by that episode. It's the sort of episode that like partway through the episode, I started to have a thought of like, and I have this sometimes, and I really don't like it, and I try to stop myself from having it, but I started to have the thought of like, is this the sort of episode that other people are gonna like? Or is this the sort of episode that other people like find to be ridiculous or dumb, or like they don't think it's good enough of a moment, or like, oh, why did she do this? Or you know, Himiko Toga shouldn't have gotten this redemption, or did, you know, like, are we just ignoring all of the people she killed or whatever? You know, like all of these thoughts like spiral in my head of like, are other people gonna be thinking this stuff about it? I had that about 3/4 of the way through the episode. It hit me for half a second, and I immediately went, shut up, cut it out. Like I took it out of my head, because I was like, all I know is this moment is very special to me, and I want to fully take in this moment. So truly, honestly, if anyone else has any of those other thoughts about the episode, I don't know what the reception is to this episode. I haven't heard anything about it, absolutely anything. So like it's very possible, and I mean the anime kind of went off with it as well, so I feel like it would have been a well-received episode. But if it isn't, like, shove it up your ass. I don't give a shit. Like, I don't care about anyone else's opinions on this episode. It means, like, sometimes, you know, people's opinions matter to me. I do like to listen to other people's opinions. People have different perspectives. In this situation, it's so important to me. Shove it up your ass. I don't care. It's a really, to me, it is a really great moment that that hits hard, because I'm really about not abandoning people, and I relate to Uraraka so much, I think, because I from a young age also, I really loved seeing other people be happy about a situation, and you know, I think I maybe have more ego than Uraraka, because Uraraka wants to see other people smile. I want to make other people smile, and there's a difference there, because Uraraka is doing it a lot more selflessly. So I wish I could say I was as good as her, but I'm not. I'm just purely not. I like to make other people smile. That's like the best thing in life to me. And so, you know, when I was young, and it was like, I would do, like I used to make, this is going to be a long fucking discussion. I used to make little videos, like little skit videos with a camera and my friend and stuff, and we would make these skit videos, and then we would take them to our parents, and we'd show our parents like these skit videos that we made, and just trying to make them laugh, you know, trying to make them happy in any sort of way. And you know, sometimes it would be that we would watch a skit video on YouTube, and we'd just be remaking that, essentially. You know, we wouldn't really be coming up with our own jokes. We'd just be remaking that video, because that video made us laugh, and we were so happy. And then we would go, okay, let's make that video, and then we made that video, and then we were trying to make other people laugh. And you know, because of that, I went into acting, and I was like, I try to make people happy with the acting that I do. And whenever I meet people, I tried to be super delightful and try to make people feel comfortable. And over the years, I tried to improve my sense of humor. And the thing is, like, I sometimes get self-conscious on this channel, because I think on this channel, this isn't the best way to represent my sense of humor, is like watching TV shows. So I don't try too hard to be like funny on this channel, right? I don't think I do anyway. But like, you know, I feel like my sense of humor is decent when I'm like bouncing off of someone and whatever. But obviously I can't do that on this channel, because it's just me here. But that is a big thing that has been a focus of my life, is like, as I grew up, I I tried to be funnier and funnier and make people laugh. And I listen to a lot of like comedy podcasts, and like part of it is I'm getting entertained by this and I find it very funny. And part of it is like, what are these people doing that is making me laugh so much? And how can I sort of make that, how can I, you know, find my own way to make people laugh? And so because of that, Uraraka speaks to me a lot in that she just wants people to smile. And when someone isn't smiling, like, that's a big deal to her. It's not just like, oh, I need to see this many people smile. It's, I want to see everyone smile. So if there's a room full of 100 smiling people and there's one person in the back of the room who's like really upset with it, Uraraka, and this is the same as me, Uraraka's goal will be to make that one person smile. Like, that's what she wants. That person who is very upset and angry and isn't having a good time, she wants to make them happy before she can be happy. That's with me as well. There are people in my life who I think, like, don't like me very much. And, like, I will have, like, a group of friends, and I really like this group of friends, and you know, I'm not talking about a specific group of friends. I'm talking generally, in case people are trying to like read into it. Who, if anyone watched this who knew me, they were like, "Oh, which one's he talking about?" I'm talking about generally. But you know, if there was a group of friends, and this happens to me, where like there's one person in it who seems to just not like me very much. Like, I can sort of read the room. When I speak, they get quiet. They're not, you know, they don't ever talk to me unless I talk to them. Sometimes, you know, I feel like they're giving me or someone else looks whenever I'm talking. And so it's like, this person doesn't like me. They don't vibe with me, and that sucks. I could just go, well, not everyone can like me, and at least my friends are here and they like me and we're having a great time, so I'm just not going to let it bother me. I could do that, but I can't do that because I just have this need to be like, why doesn't that person like me? Like, what can I do? How can I change my behavior and my personality to make that person like me? What can I do for them? And sometimes I'm spending my time and like my energy trying to impress this person who already has their mind made up about me and whose mind won't really change about me at all. And I get obsessive about it. And I can't help it. I feel like Uraraka is very much the same way. She could have just... I just had a pop-up window open. She could have just, like, lived her life and captured Uraraka, tried to capture Uraraka just, you know, just with her pure strength. And then, you know how many people are going to smile because of that? Because you're stopping this villain who murders so many people. And so, like, Uraraka could have been content with that, but she wasn't. She wanted Toga to also be one of the people she saved, and to also be one of the people who's gonna smile. That's beautiful to me. I really, really love that. She is, I mean, that's why she's so perfect for Deku. And I love in this episode that she also said, like, I fell in love with Izuku Midoriya. Like, that's not even like there was a boy that I liked or whatever. Like, she could have been vague about it, but she didn't. She straight up said, I fell in love with Izuku Midoriya. Those are strong words, and I love that she said such strong words in that situation. But yeah, I loved this episode. I truly, truly loved it. We only have one episode left. I just saw the title of the next episode. It's on there in Japanese. Obviously, I'm not watching it till next week when it's in dub. But I see the episode's called Battle Without a Quirk. I think it's a fucking All Might episode, which, I mean, that makes sense because they built it up last episode and then there was none of it this episode. But I'm glad there was none of it this episode. I loved the focus on Uraraka, but I am looking forward to that All Might thing as well. Jeez, man, what an episode! What a show! Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure to support this video if you can. Liking, commenting, and subscribing. And go to my Patreon account for full-length, early access, and exclusive videos. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.